Hi, Julie. I wanted to get your full name for the video. Can you tell me your name and your occupation and job title?
My name is Julie Rapoport. I'm the Vice President of Engineering for a small startup company that does sustainable construction products.
And what is the name of the company?
The name of the company is CalStar Products.
Very cool. So, as Vice President of a startup, you obviously are in a very responsible position. So, I wonder if you can tell me about some of the aspects of your work that are particularly challenging or satisfying.
Well, every day is a challenge, but I think we all want to be challenged in a good way. So I would say every day is a challenge in a good way. Some of the pieces that I find most satisfying are where we're really having a noticeable impact. So we make sustainable construction products, masonry, things like bricks and pavers that typically, when manufactured traditionally, are very energy intensive and have a really high carbon footprint. And we found a way to take a lot of the energy out of the process, so we reduce the embodied energy and the carbon footprint quite dramatically. So for example, if you think about the projects that we shipped just last year, which was really our first full year of shipping, projects taken all together avoided so much CO2. It was the equivalent of taking about 100 cars off the road for a year. It's actually
awesome.
More than 100. So on the one hand, that seems like a small number, but on the other hand, if every company took 100 cars off the road, that would really start to add up. So things like that impact, I find that really rewarding. But then there's a human impact that I find also really quite rewarding. So we built our first plant in Racine, Wisconsin, which is a pretty economically depressed area. And at times it's had unemployment about twice the national unemployment rate. And we brought 20 full-time permanent jobs there. And so we were able to hire people from the area, some of whom were out of work, and because of us, they can now support their families or help support their families. And that's really rewarding too, to have brought 20 permanent, full-time, manufacturing, green, American, can't be outsourced jobs to Racine, Wisconsin.
And that's tremendous. Yeah.
And that really gives you sort of the holistic view of sustainability. You have the environmental side, and then you have the human side. And being able to join those two together, I think, is one of the things that I find most rewarding.
That's fantastic. And what would you characterize as your unique contribution to the whole mix for CalStar, Julie?
I often act as the bridge or the hub. I work with all of the different groups of the company, and so I'm often in a position where I'm sort of working with the sales guys to understand what they want, understanding what the market needs, then going to the manufacturing guys and saying, how can we get this done, working with the R&D team to make sure it's doable in the first place. So pulling all those pieces together is part of what I do, and just being the bridge. I do that a lot too, and I like that role quite a lot.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your accomplishments. You are a leader. You rock.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.